RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for this afternoon, Pat Scorpion, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do's? LB, Lauderdale Boss, aka Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, Soul Wolves creator. RingGangRadio.com in the building. There's no fucking boxing yesterday. So a nigga pissed. So thank God we got boxing coming up this week. I mean, got me waiting forever and shit.
Yeah, luckily we do got some fights coming up this week. Thank God for that, man. But you know,
I know, yeah, but it's a Fury card, so you never know. We'll know when we know.
Yeah, believe me, and trust me, next Sunday, depending on who wins, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. On that card.
We're gonna have like a epic Lord of the Rings trilogy type fucking show next week.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Who knows? Maybe we may even have some. You know, we might even have a guest too. You know, make sure they're available. Word though, but you know, yep, Ring Gang in the house forever and always, man. As always, I got my other man with me. I'm letting him introduce himself.
Yo, what's good? This your boy King P. Bodega Boxing in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house, man. And yeah, you know, P, you know, straight from the sewer. So, man, as I assume that you are definitely above ground, you're taking it easy.
Yeah, it's the Lord's Day. You know what I'm saying? We good today.
Yes, sir. There today, of course, you know, football is on, and you know, some of us are hoping we don't send another piece of equipment into the stratosphere. You dig? You know what I mean? You know, that probably goes for both our teams. P. You might go out and start killing extra rats for no reason. Me, I just may send something into the sky.
Rats.
But last and certainly not least, man, I got my other man. I mean, it's the truth, man. That's what football does to you, man. Some people kill rats, some people send things into the sun. You know.
I mean, depending on how upset they make me, I might stomp the rats and then spray them green, NWO style.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Because it's for life, you dig?
You don't see last on the rats too.
But last and certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's fly? It's Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender. Preparing for liftoff on this Sunday morning. Let's get it. Let's fly, man.
Yes, sir, man. Pilot, you know, stays elevating above the clouds, and of course, he's a happy football fan because his team is undefeated. You know, lucky motherfucker. So,
so I was a St. Louis Rams fan, so I endured the struggles. But we're here.
I mean, my team is undefeated, but in a negative way. Undefeated. Under 0-3, so we're undefeated of losses.
So there's no better losers than you guys.
Nope. No, unfortunately.
I probably gotta call my pops after this and ask him about the Dolphins. Last podcast, the podcast was over. As I call him, see what's good. This nigga started talking to me about football. I'm like, nigga, like you got the wrong kid or something. Like I need to put you on the podcast. Like you can talk your football out with these motherfuckers. Like,
there we go.
Oh man, but yeah,
the goddamn Dolphins, Jay. Shit, nigga. College football been good. I'm like, the nigga, like.
Yeah, like I said,
spell college football, nigga. Come on.
Like I said, like the football buzz. It's luckily it's early in the season, so you just never know how things are gonna end up. You know, but you know how it is. So the early goings is everyone, you know, except for Pilot's team is not, you know, playing where they need to be. So
damn. So Dolphins playing good then?
They're 1-2.
They're 1-2.
Oh, so they trash and a half then.
Yeah, they're my team. They're my quality of team right now, unfortunately.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you know, to be continued. Obviously, at some point, you know, spinning our emotions. But now we do have some boxing.
Hold on, wait. This still the preseason or this real football?
Nigga, it's a regular season.
Oh, nah, because I thought y'all was supposed to do like a episode or something about it. So, nigga, I don't be keeping up with this shit. What the fuck?
Maybe we'll do a state of the football culture mid-season cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because by then,
I don't do shit. I don't follow this shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, because by then we'll probably have a good idea of how our teams are actually doing. You know,
y'all could have told me y'all niggas is in the playoffs, and I would have been like, "Oh, word!" Like that was quick, but yeah, like okay.
Yeah, don't believe me. No, because probably by like week 8 or 9, we'll know how this shit's gonna go for all our teams for the most part. You know, have a good part. Depending on
I don't probably walk past football players down in South Beach. I ain't even know it. I don't even know these motherfuckers.
Probably do. I mean,
but if you was on the undercard of a Eddie Hearn card, I'll spot your ass out though.
Facts.
If you was a random on a Telemundo fight, the eighth card in there, then I'll be like, oh, yo, I know him. That's Armando such and such. Everybody's like, what?
I mean, it's facts, though. I mean, that's for a fact. I mean, like I said, well, you know, that's what I say. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's a blessing for you, LB, to not get involved in football. Sometimes it's not. This is one of the times where it's probably beneficial for you. So your blood pressure is never as high as ours at various points of the week. So, but yeah, no, we do have some boxing, you know, to talk about. Particularly one that's been a kind of a pain in the ass, I think, for everyone involved, for everyone who's been
everybody
reporting
got high
on it.
blood pressure just off that fight, bro.
Yeah, like speaking of raised blood pressure, like of course I'm talking about Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos. Now, first of all, like when this fight was announced, I mean, obviously, you know, earlier this year, Triller won the bid, you know, by doing more than both Top Rank and Matchroom combined with a $6.01 or $0.2 million bid. And, you know, at the time, you know, Triller's reputation was, you know, it was on the level. So it's like, okay, good, you know, this is coming off the Jake Paul show. I was like, okay, you know, they serious. They trying to do something in boxing at least. You know, the put fights and build them up. And of course, Lopez is like, you know, guy doesn't make no mistakes. Blah blah blah. You know, you gotta gamble on yourself. You know, I'm getting almost $4 million, and Kambosos getting $2 million for being a Mando. God, like that shit is wild to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got this, and then of course everyone's like, okay, you know, and everyone's like, yeah, you know, he stuck it to Bob. You know, Bob is old. Bob doesn't know what he's doing anymore. Top Rank doesn't know what he's doing, and that's those are good arguments because, you know, Top Rank, as we mentioned before, doesn't seem to know how to build or market a fighter anymore unless they have a real angle with it, like we mentioned before, like Nico Ali, Walsh, you know, obviously, you know, grandson of Muhammad Ali. But other fighters are kind of left to their own devices, so to speak. You know, they're trying, you know, they're being told, yeah, you know, they're being told to be a star, but be
a star.
Yeah. But then they don't mention their fights until probably maybe within the week of the actual fight.
Oh yeah, it was only 4 days from your main event on ESPN Plus, but yeah, be a star.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, we'll tweet for you right now. This fight week started. Like really? Like okay, I got you.
I mean, can we get a behind the scenes shit or whatever? Like, I mean, for a while they did it for some people. I think they heard the arguments, they heard a little, you know, the negativity, but unfortunately, as they were doing that, Triller kind of proved Uncle Bob right. Unfortunately, and it started us off where, you know, Floyd decided to throw a little wrench in the weekend where they were supposed to originally hold it back in June. You know, they were Saturday, Triller, and then Floyd wanted to hold the pay-per-view on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So now in a now deleted tweet, Teofimo Lopez is like, no, champ. Yeah, that's not happening, you know.
Yeah, that was one of those, like, yo, chill. You ain't have to say anything yet. Like, let it play out. But
yeah.
You know, everybody's gonna hold you to that shit forever now.
That was him, Potato Head, right?
Yeah, that was LB, and LB was like, yo, that's what you think? You know, that's what you think we're not gonna do it. So Floyd did it, and it didn't help that both events were in Miami of all places too. So now they could have kept it because I mean they were the original pay-per-view. Like I mean, had they kept the date, you know, they would have been. We wouldn't have this issues that we're about to talk about. But you know, they're like, okay, and then for some reason, Triller's like, yeah, no, Floyd's gonna take our business. So yeah, let's go ahead and move the date. It was a couple of weeks after that. Then Teofimo Lopez catches COVID, allegedly. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, and then most people thought,
everybody can say they catch COVID now. There's no real proof because motherfuckers could just take a break and get well on their own. So, you know.
Now, I mean, obviously,
there's only a few that even comes off believable now.
Yeah, and most people kind of were thinking that probably the reason why they said COVID was, you know, maybe Lopez wasn't approaching weight because you have to understand Teofimo Lopez is a big guy for his size. Like, I mean, dude looks like he can probably fight without he's not training. When he can fight at like 154 or some shit like that. He's big.
Yeah,
he don't look that.
At least welterweight.
Yeah.
I can see him being at 147 eventually, but talking about it looked like he could fight at 154. Come on.
I mean, he cuts weight, bro. Like he definitely cuts weight. Like I mean, I've seen him a couple of times. Like he does cut weight. Like he's big for his size. So.
Yeah, but I mean, you made it seem like he's damn Jamar Charlo or somebody.
I mean, either way, I mean, because I mean, even at 135, dude looks like he's muscle, like he's really and
he is big for 135. I mean, a lot of them are big. I mean, a lot of
and he's been complaining about trying to make the weight and all this other stuff or whatever, and you know, to me, and most people thought it was just maybe convenient just buy some time, but obviously this led to issues because now Kambosos wanted to take this shit to Australia, but Lopez didn't want to do that, and you know, and now of course, and then it was supposed to be like August. They were allegedly supposed to have it, and that kind of fell through. In September, it was supposed to happen. There was a lot of bullshit, a lot of bullshit, and it was just, and Triller was just, and then Triller finally. IBF stepped in and was like, hey, you guys gotta set this shit before October 17th. You gotta host it. So originally it was supposed to be for tomorrow, October 4th. You know, but then then Triller again, you know, was like, oh, it's Monday Night Football. We'll be competing with that. And I was just like, you guys didn't know that? Like, you seriously didn't know that? You know, that we had, you know, Monday Night Football, and they were just, you know, and they're like, oh, we got to move it again. So unfortunately, they tried to get, I mean, Teofimo Lopez was eager to do it, and obviously I could see it because he thought, oh, I got more time to try and make weight. But Kambosos did not sign to have the fight moved. So now we have a problem. The 4th was canceled. It was taken off the schedule. So it was scheduled for the 16th, which was going to be paired up with a versus battle, which might be Big Daddy Kane versus KRS-One. You know,
John.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
John, I'm sorry.
Nah, fuck out of here.
That's one half of a dope versus, man.
No, fuck out of here.
Like, no niggas ain't trying to hear no KRS-One in 2021, man.
I am.
Just bring out Father MC as well, nigga. Like,
stop.
who else y'all gonna bring out?
You are so disrespectful.
Nah, I'm not. Nah, I'm just being honest. It's like y'all are like beating us in the head with the New York verses now. Like, okay, we get it. Like stop. Y'all run into the well too many times now. Like
it should be Rakim BDK, but you know Rakim's too self-righteous and fucking like fuck all that shit, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean,
it should have been Big Daddy Kane versus Cool G Rap or
Kane said he wanted KRS because he wanted it to be like a battle.
I hope Kane light this nigga up, man. Kane is dope. Like KRS-One dope too, but it's just
Big Daddy Kane.
He's dope more of an historical context.
Yeah. Big Daddy Kane was cold on the mic, man. I mean, I don't know. So was KRS.
I just think LB just doesn't like KRS-One because he feels he's too pretentious.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Like, he seems like because a lot like I don't know. But then again, you're a little older. But like people my age, a lot of us didn't like. A lot of people my age didn't fuck with KRS-One because they just found him to be a very pretentious old man.
That's probably why I'm not a huge fan of it.
Because he come off corny. Like a lot of his music aged bad, and he doesn't have a lot of dope songs when I compare him to the other niggas from his era. Like,
yeah, Slick
like
Rick.
KRS-One got like maybe 3 classics to me.
Like songs.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple, but yeah, I'm not. I mean, out of all the old heads, I'm more of a.
I just put Rome on to damn Step Into a World. Like, I think one of the last times I seen that nigga, we was in the car bumping that shit. Like yeah, KRS-One in 2021, we was in the car bumping that shit hard, like loud. This nigga plays music loud, so I get it. I fuck with it, but it just, as far as a battle, I'm expecting a little more after Ja Rule versus Fat Joe, which is something nobody really wanted, but we just decided to accept.
We accepted.
And then honestly, they probably thought that having the fight on there would probably both enhance both events. But unfortunately,
but they're 2 fights they're 2 events that people are like 50% on.
That's true.
Think about it, like.
Well, I mean, 50 plus 50 makes 100, so it makes sense.
What the fuck? So hold on. So wait, what? So if we put 2 50-cent shows on at one night, both of them would be great.
Yes, put them together, it's 100.
But that happened and it wasn't.
Oh,
like, come on, man. Like, all I'm saying is, you got 2. I mean, I guess P's logic makes sense, but it just, as a fan, I'm just looking at it halfway, you know, like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, and that's how most people look at, honestly, with Lopez Kambosos. Now, Kambosos, obviously, most people have never really seen, you know, maybe 2 or 3 of those fights or whatever. So, but basically, dude is just dude is now more of a name, simply because he's attached to this fuckery that's going on right now. So, with him not signing it. Yeah, with him not signing the contract to actually move to the 16th, it got to a situation where now Triller's trying to default on their bid.
Yep.
As they said, they've already spent $8 million on this stuff, which is absolutely insane.
This is where Uncle Eddie Hearn might pop in there and get that fight for the low.
Yeah, like the IBF says it won't weigh in until sometime this coming week, though. But obviously, if by default it's going to happen, then Eddie will get the fight, and he's already talking about he might put it in on for November, which is just
it's a worse saga than Joshua Paluev.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was I mean, like I always complain about, you know, making that star-making performance after a whole year being wasted by Teofimo, but hey, at least he got a blue check. At least now he's certified on Twitter, so I guess it's a trade-off.
Salute Rusty. I see that you popped in. No, that's the number they threw out there. It's $8 billion. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like because I know they overpaid for the fight. Like $6 million. Like yeah, you know it's cool, but obviously $6 million would have been cool if the fight went off in a timely manner and you know they got the attention, whatever. But now obviously it's not seen as a waste, and unfortunately it's coming off a pay-per-view card which has been heavily maligned. Obviously, you know, with Holyfield and Belfort and all that, you know, so Triller stock is plummeting. Not to say slowly, they are plummeting. You know, like you know, between that and personally for me, I like the fact that there was a whole bunch of MAGA shit on the show really turned me off from the product.
They're pushing the fuck out of that.
Yeah, I was not. I was like, I'm not. I didn't pay a Triller pass to watch this. To watch MAGA shit, like no, we good on that. Florida was failing on that part. You know, I know LB probably caught secondhand embarrassment watching the state beat imbeciles on TV. You know, so so yeah, no. So it's a situation now where Kambosos is like, is about ready to prep a lawsuit, and Triller's talking about, we're not going to promote this fight anymore. and and Lopez is going back and forth. It's like you really gotta give up your biggest payday for this, because obviously Lopez's payday will be affected too.
Teofimo, man. He tried to bet on himself and crapped out at the end of the
He even tried to offer up some of his own purse to Kambosos to sign. So it's like, it seems like everybody wants this fight, but for whatever reason, I don't know, whoever hit a gypsy with their car or whatever the fuck the case is, the fight just won't manifest. Like I don't know. I've seen some weird shit in my life. I've seen where I was on a city bus one time. There was this old person running for the bus, and the bus had kept going, and then it stopped. Mm-hmm. We turned like 4 corners, then the bus shut down.
Oh shit.
And they come to find out, they said when the bus was parked at the loading dock, someone didn't power it up that night.
Oh shit.
So, but for some reason, I was on the bus for like 30 minutes. The whole time, the bus is running smooth until that incident with the old person. You see what I'm saying? Like, certain shit just brings about certain shit. You wouldn't even know it's a problem until something else just comes in, and then you're like, oh shit. So I don't know. Somebody did something with this fight, man. This fight is fucking cursed.
Yeah. This fight, but it has to happen because unfortunately, Kambosos is a double Mando. So it's like he's in a situation where he's trying to now. Obviously not signing. So what will happen is the Triller is actually putting in a request to the IBF to remove Kambosos from his Mando spot, which is
that's whole shit right there.
That's whole shit. Like, it's like, what? Yeah, because he doesn't want to do it. Like, he earned his Mando spot. Like, he's been there. Like, you can't really get rid of him like that easily. Like, he didn't sign the contract. Like, he doesn't have to do anything. Really. Like, you guys got you either got to default on your bid and Matchroom takes over, or you. Actually, the fun thing is too. What happened was Kambosos would have signed if Triller had put the money asked in escrow, which they did not do. If you put something in escrow, not even the company can touch it unless they meet certain things. So they didn't do that, because like, even if he signed it and there was no money in the escrow, that means pretty much he was stuck doing whatever Triller wanted to do, and he couldn't find, and there was no legal recourse he could have gotten out of there. So he played it smart. He played it absolutely smart on this. So yeah, but so now it's just like the latest saga on there. Like, I don't know why the IBF needs to wait until next week. Like, they should be announcing this shit like tomorrow or something like that. Like, yeah, they defaulted. Give Triller back whatever money that they owe, and then let Eddie stage the fight.
Yeah. It is reliable. He'll get it done.
Yeah. Like I said, and with Triller though, honestly, I know my Triller fans. I've been canceled it, but I was hoping it would be canceled. If it was held on the 16th, I'd still get that event and then be done with it. But now I just feel like I probably just wasted $29.99 of my money. That shit.
And I heard they're still trying to make a event without that fight.
Yeah, because it's still going to be airing with the Versus. Triller. I don't think they have they don't have a box of money. I thought that they did before when they nailed the first pay-per-view, but somewhere
fucking no, they just got lucky.
They got lucky.
They got lucky. They got struck like.
I remember the stars aligned. You had some great factors a part of that promotion. Yeah, that factored into the success. Like, you had everybody it was a new thing. It was exciting. You saw legends. Jake Paul was emerging.
How you saying it was Mike Tyson and Roy Jones? Man, it's hard to fumble. It's hard to fuck that up. You got Mike Tyson and Roy Jones back at it after 20 years. After 15
and
years.
then Jake Paul and Nate Robinson were damn promoting the hell out of that shit. The Badou Jack was everywhere. Like, it's like that shit was not gonna fail.
Yeah, and then the undercard fights, from my boys promotion, shout out CES Boxing. They understood the assignment and they realized what they had to do.
And it was lit. There was not one bad moment of that card.
And Snoop Dogg, you got come on, you got Urkel smoking weed with Snoop Dogg. It's gonna hit, man.
Well, that's the second card.
Oh, the second joint? No, second. Well,
Yeah.
still, you had Snoop Dogg and Al Bernstein drinking shit.
Yeah, you know,
and Ray Flores saying fuck.
But yeah, Triller has lowered its standing so
I think
badly.
they got the big head after that though.
They did,
Like
you know, and
they got a little cocky and then not seeing the writing on the wall. Like, let's be honest, Triller should just be regulated to fuckery fights, and if they have their own fighters. That's the thing. Like, I don't want Triller to just intervene and fuck up everybody else shit, like, because that's what they did. But if somebody signed, if two guys signed to Triller and they're Triller's fighters and you wanted to promote them and get them fights, then I'm all for that. Like, I think they would have been better off that way.
Right.
Find somebody y'all could sign and then pay people to fight them type shit, and then you throw your little events on there and get celebrities and this, that. It's like they had the tools, they had the resources, but they couldn't just stick the landing. You know, they fucked it up. Tried to be too serious. Like,
Yeah, like first they got it was too fuckery filled, then too serious, and then you know,
and then they overpaid for that Kambosos fight. That was no one should have done that. Like,
5 million. I mean, 5 million's enough. Shit, like 6 point something. Nah.
Yeah, 6 million. Yeah,
dude, that shit should have just got 3 mil, like 4 mil at the most.
Yeah. So I mean, now obviously if they go with Eddie, because Eddie's bid was like 3 something million. So obviously the pay. I mean, I think they get some money from Triller for this, but then obviously the pay is like maybe 40% less. you know, obviously. So I mean, Kambosos may actually make us 2 million, you know, but Lopez won't make 4 million. That's for damn sure. So, yeah, it's just a horrible thing that happened. Like, I've never seen no shit like this before in boxing ever, where a third party has milked a fight like this for so long over a mandatory fight, you know. Yes. So and even after all the shit that Triller done for Lopez and the marketing and stuff like that, it's just like it just seemed like it just spiraled out of control. Like, there was no risk, and then now they're in a fight right now, which does not have a lot of, I mean, doesn't have a lot of positive attention. Like, I mean, because like I said, there's still unknowns. Like, on one hand, you could say that maybe all these distractions may be enough to upset, Kambosos may upset Lopez. But on the other hand, it could be that Lopez may just be on another level and just might get.
Hold on, I got a question for you. I got a question. Yeah, do we even care anymore?
Honestly, I do not. I just wanted to get this show over.
This fight never happens, and if Teofimo loses the belt, gets stripped, and Kambosos has to fight somebody for the vacant belt, like, at this point, I just don't care. Like, yeah, I really don't. I was over this fight from last year. I'm definitely over it now.
I'm disappointed because I'm a Teofimo fan, and fucking, again, I'm gonna keep harping on it. I'm just pissed off he ruined the whole year after being Loma, but yeah, I don't really care either. I mean, shit, I want to get over with and watch it, but shit, I'm not really invested in it. I haven't been invested in it. It was never a fight I was really,
Yeah, it was a means to it. It was a decent fight. It wasn't a bad fight. It's decent, but like, don't be hanging us on a string for a fucking decent fight. Like, how many other divisions we got where decent fights are going on? Like, come on.
Right, and because what's it? 135 is a division. 135 has a lot of young prime fighters in there, so that's what makes it. Like, most people want to see the undisputed champion either unifying against Devin Haney, or something like that, or just keep it moving. And now, obviously, if Lopez gives up the belt, I mean, even he calls himself undisputed, even though he's not. I mean, he clearly wouldn't be. And then the vacancy would be Kambosos versus Isaac Cruz, who signed Heyman. So it's like, and truthfully, that would actually still be a good fight too. But it would just be like but it would probably just take the sting out of a lot of different other fights. And it's just like, a lot of momentum was lost for both fighters, for promotions involved, and the worst thing is it made it seem like no, Bob came out smelling like a fucking bunch of roses and this shit. Like, he like,
you're like a genius that knew better all along.
Bob won and been smiling. He's just smiling because he's getting paid for this shit, isn't he?
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah, because the winning promoter has to pay a percentage. I think he got like $700,000.
He gets paid for doing absolutely nothing.
For nothing and being right and saying I told you so, basically.
Yeah. So this is yeah. Like I said, So that
how many podcasts we wasted on this shit.
Yeah, we had a preview on this. We actually talked about the card before that, and still
we talked about the bid. Like, honestly, like, has this been the most hyped shit we've done that didn't even pay off? Like we've talked about this shit as much as Wilder Fury. Like,
all I got to say about this is new Four Kings my ass. Next.
Yeah.
Honestly, we can next this shit right now because ain't that much left to say. I'm just kind of. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
He dies. He died. Like whatever. Like.
It better be a fight of the year too. Like it better be a fight that it'll have to be like super great in order for us to to reverse.
That's the only way that could save this shit. If this ain't a fight of the year candidate, then this whole thing was a waste. For everybody.
Absolutely.
The fight has to end up being good. Absolutely. If not, we all wasted our time because a good thing that's over.
It's absolutely. So this better happen, and if the fight's not good, fuck it, we won't do the review on it. That's straight up and down. Like the fight better be good, the card better be good wherever it ends up. Else the shit ain't getting no type of coverage.
Y'all just get like a half a bar. Niggas won't even get an episode. They'll get a half a bar. Like, fight was aight. Next.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we'll upload that for a whole episode too. We literally just had one word to describe the fight, and that's it. People be like, "Damn, like, that's it."
But seriously, I think everyone in the media, both YouTube and printed and old new media, I think everyone's fed up with this damn fight. Everyone is tired of this fight, as it is. There's nothing popping off. So
and who wouldn't be?
Exactly. We were trying to go. One of us we were actually trying to go to at least try to go to this fight, but it's clearly not happening anymore. So next.
Speaking of fights that no one really cares about,
we definitely